Hey, and welcome to this week's vlog update. This week, following last weekend's pretty in-depth analysis of the edited tracks from my vocal recording session back on the 7th of November, so 2 weeks ago today, I had that listen last Sunday morning whilst on a stroll to the edited tracks that I had received as a result of that, and then, of course, discussed my first impressions there. And I actually haven't listened to the tracks since then. Consciously, I've decided not to listen to them quite yet again. I'm going to give them a bit of time and thought, and also I'm dedicating my brain space to planning and strategy as well. So I've had to reevaluate my timeline, and it looks like I've basically got a choice between trying to rush it through and have things certain things done by the end of the year, or I can choose to go for quality over speed essentially and try to produce ultimately better quality tracks that will be more appealing to people who may listen to them. So really it's a no-brainer, right? I'm going to try to opt for quality over speed, and so it's looking like I probably won't have any sort of complete package ready for release until early next year, particularly just based on factors really outside of myself. So, for example, Em and Nick probably won't be able to get me the piano and guitar parts until mid-December, it's looking like at the very earliest. And I had talked to Joel about getting the instrumental tracks at least mixed and ready by the end of this year, but um, yeah, I don't know how realistic that's going to happen. Because there is a bit of work to do on them, and also work to do on the other tracks, of course, as I mentioned in last week's analysis vlog, I guess. So I really want to try to put something together at the end of the day that I will be reasonably happy with. I mean, I'm also conscious that these are my very first ever releases. They're not going to be perfect. They're going to be nowhere near perfect. And I have been well and truly accepting of that for a long time. But by the same token, I want to put something out that is at least respectable, because I want to demonstrate that I respect the time and the forbearance of people who will be listening to the track. So I don't want to put trash out, because that would be disrespectful to the people who may listen to it, may pick it up. And I also want to do as reasonable a job as I can, and that's pretty subjective, I suppose. But at the end of the day, that's the kind of balance I'm trying to strike at the moment. So really, things are a bit of a waiting game right now. I'm waiting on those three people essentially to get back to me on their various availabilities for various tasks and activities and discussions that need to happen. But in the meantime, I have started already working on my next couple of demos for, whatever is going to come next. I'm going to be releasing, or at least working on, Lucky 13 and Learning next. And I will possibly be recording the vocals for those in mid-January. I've got a tentative booking for January 16th in the recording studio with Joel. So, yeah, at the moment it'll be recording vocals for those two, plus redoing some of the vocals, I think, for the three that I already did, unless I do it sooner, because really, if Joel's got the availability and I've got the capacity, I might actually just try to get into the studio myself, just me and Joel, and redo some of those problem areas that I've already identified. But again, I need to wait to hear back from Joel around his availability and thoughts around how best to proceed for that. So yeah, there's no reason that I have to drag Emily along to those. I can just go in, get it done, and that'd be pretty good, really, as far as I'm concerned. And then once that's done, and if we can manage to get the instrumentals mixed by the end of the year, that's great. I will have an EP ready to go, maybe even in January. but who knows at this point. In the meantime, like I said, I'll be putting demos together for Learning and Lucky 13. And also, my other bit of news is that I will be participating in my singing school's next student concert on the 5th of December, which is pretty exciting. I've never, sung in front of a live audience before, so that will be pretty cool, a very interesting new experience. I'm aiming to sing Savouring Today, my original, and also a cover of Cyndi Lauper, True Colours. So got a fair bit of practicing ahead, and yeah, I think it's coming along quite well. I'm pretty happy with how that's going to go, and that's probably about it for me for this week. I will hopefully see you next time.